Good morning. My name is Robert Stanley, and this is my week 5 part 2 assignment for FTT 210, the muzzleloader lab. So this week we're going to be going over and doing a couple things. This week we're going to be doing our thimbles here for our punch rod. We're going to be doing some barrel tensions here on the bottom of the barrel. We have our two grooves, groove here and a groove here. We're going to be placing our barrel tensions in. So this is one of the barrel tensions that I have. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to put both of them in. One of them seemed to be missing, so I'm going to have to get on Shenandoah's website. I'm going to have to order myself a new one so I can finish marrying up the barrel. After that, after the thimbles have been shaped and polished down, we're going to go ahead and install both of them. And then also we are going to go ahead and install both of our stock pins. So for this, we got a little bit of shaving down to do on our thimble, at least this thimble alone for the rear. This one, it's gonna be basically place it on, get a couple measurements, that way we can screw it down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna pause the video real quick. I'm gonna start shaving down my rear thimble. When I come back, I will have a rough estimate of it on fitment, and then I could get a couple measurements so that way I can get a drill in. So be right back. Alright, welcome back. So here you go. I got my rear thimble laid in. It's actually pretty flush with everything. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do here is I'm gonna secure this here in my little gun vise that I got, and we're gonna go ahead and get at least a drill mark on the thimble itself. That way I can go ahead, get it prepped and ready to go to be screwed down. So give me a couple minutes again. I will be right back. And when I come back, I will have both the rear thimble and the front thimble as well marked out and secured onto the stock of the rifle. So give me 15-20 minutes and I'll be back. All right, welcome back. So it took me about 25-30 minutes. But as you can see here, I got my rear thimble. Or my rear thimble and my front thimble, I'm sorry. So they are now in place. The back one I had to redo. I made the hole a little bit too big for the screw to go into. But what I did is I took a smaller drill bit, drilled through the wood to get both the marking on the rear thimble. Once I got that marking, I stuck the rear thimble in my vise, finished drilling it out. I took a threader and I put some threads into it. That way I could screw my recess screw down into it. So, and I did recess the holes. As you can see, they're recessed in. Where's that one? Sorry. That way, when I set the barrel down, the screws themselves are not sitting on the barrel, and they're just kind of hidden away. So what I'm going to do next, real quick, is I'm just going to take my punch rod here and see that it slides in. And it does. It slides in freely, pulls out. There's a little bit of resistance, but I assure you that, let's see if you can see down in there, the screw itself is not penetrating the thimble and rubbing up against the ramrod. So with that installed, the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to install the tensioners here, the barrel tensioners. As of right now, I only have one, but I will look for it, and hopefully as I'm preparing this to come into the bottom side of the barrel here, I will have both of them in. Once I have both of them in, I'm going to do some measurements, and I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes so that way I can put my pins in. So pray for me. Hope that I can get everything done properly and get it done here soon. I'll be back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, I was unable to find my other barrel tensioner, so I am going to have to order another one, but I did get one of them installed, and as you can see here, I'll show you, I got the markings. I have not drilled the hole yet, so but right here is where my barrel tensioner is. I'm hoping that if I drill one hole right here where the lines intersect, I will hit the barrel tensioner itself. That way I can go ahead and install at least one of my pins for now, or have it ready to install the pin. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and lay this down somewhere flat, come back, I'll drill the hole. If I hit metal, we'll have success, and I'll show you the marking on the barrel tensioner, and we will go from there. So give me a few minutes. I will be right back again, and hopefully this is a success. All right, welcome back. So as you can see here, I hit the tensioner. Now I did hit the top of it, or the bottom of it per se, so I do have to drop down a little bit, or I might be able to get away with coming in at an angle, but the hole in the stock is drilled, and I have nothing to plug it with at the moment. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinstall it back into the stock of the rifle, and see if I can play with it, get this hole in. I'll be back again, but hopefully this time I have a better shot at it. So give me a few more minutes. All right, everyone. So here I am. There's one hole. There's the other hole. This side was the initial side that I drilled. As you can tell, the hole is a smidge bigger. But I am able to slide the retaining pin in. It is all the way through. I do have to get a little punch though to push it through. But if I go to try and remove this, hopefully with not with ease, but I cannot pull this barrel out. So the retaining pin is in. It is working as it is intended. Personal preference though for me, these retaining pins, if they're not perfectly placed, they're holding on to a very, very small amount of wood. So these have to be perfectly placed in. And I don't feel too comfortable with that myself. So what I will end up doing, I will end up modifying this. I I will go buy longer retaining pins, put in here so that way I can have them expand and be flush with the stock of the rifle. And that's just personal preference for me. But other than that, I do still have one more to put in. I either have to find it or I have to order one. And at the moment, I cannot find my other barrel tensioner. So for the moment, I'm going to be ordering one. We'll have an updated video on this and have it completed, at least the barrel rested in to the stock here. And I do have one more piece that I'll be putting on later, but that'll be going on to the tip of the barrel. And then of course I have my sights and trigger, everything else. So, but that's it for this week. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you got any tips or anything that can help me out later on down the road, please leave them in the comments. And I appreciate everything. Talk to y'all later.